Hello? This thing on? Okay. Phew. Here goes nothing. Hi. Today we're gonna be playing What Remains of Edith Finch. And I don't know. What else do I have to say? Today's drawing is of Mahito in his transformed state. How I feel after lighting someone on fire and then shouting idle transfiguration. Okay, let me look at the drawing. So upon closer inspection, I drew his chest area. The left side of the thing is bulging out too much. It makes him look like he has like I don't know. Makes him look like there's something wrong with his back. Makes him look like he has back problems. The legs, I drew them too skinny. And I don't even know what those are. Like the black flashes that come from behind him. I didn't have enough room, so I just like missed out on it. But whatever. Whatever, not bad. What am I gonna do? Okay. Get rid of that. Let's put this right here. I was writing down the games I have to finish. Oneshot, Cry of Fear. Oneshot. I got lazy. I don't know. I didn't want to play the same game like 3 times, but I guess I gotta do it again. That game, it's not very fun because you just gotta like keep doing it. Like I don't know. Like the second time, if you gotta replay a whole game to get like a good ending, it's like come on, like do something different. I don't know. I think like Undertale and other RPG Maker games have like the same problems. I think Omori might even have the same problem. Lisa the Painful has the same problem. Makes you do all this stuff like to get different achievements. Cry of Fear. I've been playing that game since like I started this channel, and I have not finished it. So I might have to delete all the Cry of Fear videos and fucking start over again. Dark Souls 2. I don't know. I didn't do anything. Dark Souls 2. I made one video and then I forgot about it. Milk Outside a Bag of Milk. I gotta play that game again. Cave Story. I'm still stuck on that fucking stupid boss. Tiny Rogues. Yeah, I guess I'll play that one. It'll be like my random one. And this picture, I've been reading Welcome to the NHK. So I just found this panel. I just read this panel and like I really like that manga actually. Cause it's like, you know, the guy's like a fucking loser. Everyone in there is like a loser and has their own like mental problems, which like I enjoy. I enjoy when like characters aren't perfect. And this like especially this panel like really spoke to me. I'm not some shallow person who could be understood by someone like you. And like in Misaki's eyes, that's the girl's name Misaki. You can see like the emptiness and how her like hair and eyes like blend in with the darkness behind her. Like this is like, you know, because her whole character arc is like she spends her whole time like trying to basically save like degenerate people and like pretending to be an angel, but like in this one panel you can see who she like truly is. And it's just like an empty person, a sick person, which is awesome. Welcome to the NHK might be a 10 out of 10. Top peaks in media. So I'll just put this right here. And the video game. Yeah, I forgot. It's a video game. Okay. Oh. Bench game exe. Okay, there we go. So when I opened the game, it just like started doing this. I don't really know. I don't know what I did. But I heard this game was, you know, really good. I didn't hear anything actually. I saw the like Steam reviews and it said overwhelmingly positive. And some people put this, you know, people who are like, oh, top 10 video games. Some people put this in here. As like yeah, as like they're indie. So I don't know. You turn the volume up. No, 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 no. Stop doing that. Stop doing this.
I'm just gonna start at the beginning with the house.
Oh shit. Fuck. Is this a mouse game? I was trying to use my controller. I guess not. Okay. What Remains of Edith Finch? I forgot. I'm supposed to talk about the game. Okay, so I've been playing a lot of different games and I just thought I would take
Someone
like a
had put up a
break.
chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I get bored of video games too easily. So many video games I want to
My
play
brother
and just
Milton
not enough
disappeared
time.
when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Missing, if you have information about Milton, call the Orcas Island Police Department. Uh, okay. Milton Finch, date missing, October 23rd, 2003. 2003? That would be, oh, that's when I was born. Or at least 2003. Date of birth, 5/19/1992. Age at disappearance, 11. Height, 4'6". Oh, it's over, but just kidding. He's 11 years. Weight, 57 pounds. Race, mixed Indian white. Eyes, blue. Hair, black. Okay. This stuff, zoom in. Too blurry, huh? Low crown. And I don't think there's a run button. I tried pressing shift. It's pretty good. There are options. Yeah, there are. Graphics. Yeah, okay. Ultra. Okay. Okay, whatever.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
So this is like Life is Strange type beat. Maybe. That's the vibes I'm getting. Like a flower.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Alright. I can't take them. Can't even open it again.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Who's Lewis? That's the guy who disappeared. Trespassing. Look for the words. And their chest. See her chest for a second. Their stomach. She's pregnant. Okay, I was gonna be. I didn't connect that together. I was like, damn, fat ass. I didn't think that. I would never think that about women.
My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. You can take 2 paths. Did you guys ever read that like poem in like middle school or in high school? It's like there are 2 paths and then like one is like a summer path, or it's like to take the path less traveled. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And it's like there's like a path and it's like all like nice and like this, and there's a path that's like dirty, and it like signifies that it's like you can take the easier path to have an easier life, or just a path that's easy, or you can travel the road less traveled, or off the beaten path, which is like a more difficult path. And obviously it represents like what happens in life, about how you can make a choice. So I think that's what they're trying to talk about. Okay, anyway, someone tell this guy to shut up. This guy bro thinks it's English class. Bro, you are not in English class. Oh, we are. So now I'm gonna go off the beaten path. That's the kind of person I am. So like, you know, if it was you, would you take the road less traveled? But anyway, I'm definitely gonna come back to do it anyway. Or you know, I'm gonna come back to do that anyway. Little creek here. It's pretty dark. This game's pretty dark. I thought, I don't know, can I turn the brightness up? Something. Markings. Maybe I should turn my lights off. Hold on. No, that didn't make it better. It's just dark. Oh, actually, it low-key did. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty atmospheric. With my lights off. It's actually hurting my eyes a little bit, though. I never play video games in the dark, because that's just bad for you. Go up here. Can. Can't walk in water. Looks kicking in. I couldn't stream. I didn't stream last week because I was feeling really sick. I think I caught like the flu work. And my work was really exhausting, but now I feel a lot better. Oh. I forgot that thing was on. Paulo Vagabundo. Thanks for following. Anyway. Sick. Oh, a bridge.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something but never do.
What are they gonna say? Wheelbarrow. Basketball hoop. I can shoot some hoops. Actually, was this the path I just took? Was this like the easier path?
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Oh no, going that way. Oh my god. Red Dead Redemption reference.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Red Dead Redemption reference. Just like Red Dead Redemption. But thinks he has high honor.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Take both paths to the house. That's the achievement it's got. Okay, so yeah, both of them did go to the same place. But it looks like if I just leave. If I leave, what are they gonna do? Just gonna end the game, right? This is like Nier Automata with its like multiple endings. Nier Automata. I've been thinking about that game. Automata and Replicant. And both of them, honestly, like they are not very fun. Like just thinking back on it. Like sure it tells like a nice story, but like if the gameplay is not fun, then like what's the point? And like I mean Replicant was especially boring. Automata is like, you know, the hacking and the combat is like pretty good. but it's like I don't know. It's not impressive for the amount of time you have to spend just like playing through the game over and over again. Okay. If I left. Nope, can't leave. Okay, that was a waste of time. And there's no run button. There's a squint button. Oh, this, I didn't read this. No surveillance, no trespassing. Property is protected by video surveillance, okay. It's very nice. Walk in the parks, walk in the woods. I think I already said that. I really hate nature, to be honest. You know, I hate it, but I really would rather just be inside. So many bugs, it's hot, especially like when I'm working, I'm like outside, I guess. And it's been really hot in the summer. And you know what, actually summer didn't even start yet. Like it freaking sucks. Okay, I'm like tan. Maybe put on some sunscreen. Oh, there's the house.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
The way I'd been dreaming about it. Look at the snake.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond.
Oh.
She said it had killed her husband.
Did? Relax, I didn't do all that. Look at this. This is like Onyx. Onyx from Pokemon. Pokemon fans when they see a trail of rocks. It's true.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
— 17 and pregnant? Pretty cool. Can I sit down? Tired, let me take a seat.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Saving.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Got all this stuff. It's yummy. Laundry detergent. Go. Get a nice potion. For little and you would got a magic potion with all the shampoo bottles. Then would pour it in your dad's coffee. Get and he stop moving. Would fall asleep. Just kidding, I didn't do that. This game is pretty old, so these graphics are like pretty good, I think. Maybe, you know, like it looks good. And really, that's all you can really ask from a game, right?
For the first time in years,
Edith, Elton, Lewis, Dawn, Edie. So Edie is probably a sister. Lewis is the kid who went missing. Milton, or maybe it was Milton, and I'm Edith. Okay, whatever.
I felt like I was home.
Some books. What are we reading today? Made of meat, work of walk-in tempura, a good table. Also, there's cooking. Cookbooks. Okay. Microwave. Something in the microwave. Go down there. A pie for pipes. Some tuna.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Gotta fill up the water. I hate it when my, I guess all relatable streamer alert. I hate it when people, when you open the fridge and the Brita's empty. Then you gotta fill it up. So sometimes I take out the Brita and then I fill it up and then I fill it up a second time after I put my water in. So like I don't gotta do it twice. Flowers of India, tasting Thailand. Okay, we get it. Get it, you like to cook.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Salmon.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
A smile. Teeth. That movie. The Smile movie. You know what I'm talking about? It's like they get possessed by like this demon. Oh, I guess spoilers. Spoilers for this random. But like then they smile and then they kill themselves. They like have to kill themselves to like give the trauma to like other people. Like that's how the demon passes on its curse.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Okay. Or like the sound of a door opening.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Books. The Book of Sand. The Library of Babel. Oh, did you guys know Library of Babel? That's like, it has like, it's a giant library and then it has like every single combination of words in existence. So basically, if you look hard enough, it'll like, you can find like, when you're gonna die and stuff like that. Hold on. Sorry. Swedish folk tales, the Norse myth, seeing critically, schooling essentials, solitude and the sublime. Does that say subtitle? The Aleph, King in Yellow. I don't know any of these books. The Cookbook, Raw Fowl, Sublime Supper, Cross Creek Cookery, A Good Table. Made of Meat. Oh, these are the same books. Walk-in Tempura, The Pacific Pantry. I think they copied the fucking assets. Okay, there. This game sucks.
Even the fireplace had a story.
Reused assets.
Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Oh. Fucking same books again. I bought multiple copies of the same book. The Saint Among Us, Among Us reference.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Bro thinks he's in Among Us. The imposter's gonna get you.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
grandpa. Some food. Oh, assisted living to enjoy.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
So nice. It's raining outside. And I can't go anywhere. It's the best. Playing video games is awesome. Okay. I guess I explored every room. Let's go upstairs. To war. The violin, and this is a cello, I think, right? Me and my friend. He used to play, I played the violin and he played the cello. That was sad.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
My friend used to sit beside me, but then when he got the cello, he like had to move to the back, so I was pretty upset about that. So basically, like I didn't have a partner for a while. Yes, it's like we had a violin class and we would sit in like groups of 2. No, I was all alone. I think I don't even remember any, or maybe I was like with someone I didn't like. Okay, enough. I don't want to look at this anymore. Okay, actually, I want to look at it again. The Nordic cookbook. How many of the same book do you have to have?
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Specific from cove to stove.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
All these damn knickknacks they have. It's a rich-ass family house. How much would you pay for this house? For me, probably like $10.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
I thought Molly was the cat. Oh, I guess I named the cat after this girl. You got that like nature vibes. I guess the whole house is nature vibes, so it's called cottage core. Okay, I think that's like the next part of the story, so I'm gonna look at it. This is awesome. This is fucking awesome house. The graphics are good. Yep, imagine getting really high and scared here. Imagine playing video games here.
The last time I was in Edith Senior's room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Art house.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Nice. Bro, room is a bathroom. Actually, that room over there. Okay. Calvin. To 1960. It's like only 11 years. I don't know. I'd be admiring every single thing.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
I hope there's no jump scares. Scary. Scared.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
I already hit the king in yellow. Oh, the Metamorphosis by Kafka. Awesome. Awesome, that's one book I know. Big Book of Homeschooling, A Dream's Tale. Time and the Gods. Library of Babel. I wish I could just sit here and read all these books. They should do like a remastered version where you can open the books. So it looks like you can go
Edith's
here.
father Odin built the original house.
Looking good. Looking good. Actually, no, he kind of needs a haircut. I'd be crying if I looked like that too. Probably had the whole wash and set. Some wine. Aged wine. Fuck, I need to buy more books too. Maybe I can take some of these. Like, I mean, you know, like look for these books in real life because these look to be all real books. I already look in this room.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Yeah. Let's to go into that blue room.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Okay, so Matt. So this low-key spoiler, well, Omori. This is like an Omori reference. If you think about it. I don't know, I guess spoiler.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay, yeah, but later. I don't know what's gonna progress the story. But they got like multiple copies of the same book. Asset read. I already look here. I did.
Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, I wish I did that before. It's like probably fell off. And now I'm lost. Look at this light air. Stop doing that with your hands. I thought it was like, is she like a child now?
On the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
She's like a little kid now. What, can I leave? I cannot.
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Chainsaw Man reference. Omori reference. You guys see Chainsaw Man 167? Alright. It's not. Chainsaw Man 167 was crazy. And like the day after that was Jujutsu Kaisen like new leaks. And like I guess spoilers for both, but it showed like Yuta in Gojo's body getting like the shit kicked out of him. And then Yoru fucking jerked off Denji. Oh my god, bro. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was like 2 days were like 9/11 for me. I got
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
I got devastated by
Inside for the first time, I
167.
felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
I got devastated by 167, and then like after that I saw the JJK leaks and I was like, oh my god, they hit the second tower.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
So a joke. Allowed to make that joke. It was like 9/11 for me. Not okay. Jesus. But like I was like, damn. Monsters of the deep. Bed bug. Something. Ian's fat. Cut a piece of the starfish off. A couch in the Cuphead reference. Oh look,
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
I love this type of stuff. Here's the light layer, and then here's like the super dark layer.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Now I'm Molly. Yeah, that's a different person, right? Dress. As a skating or acrobat.
I kept eating and eating.
It's crazy.
I ate a lot of things that night.
The toilet water too.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Straight. Cat. Get him.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
You see, there's like a new Stray game. Stray type variant. Well, it's just another game where you're like a cat and you try to like get stuff. It's Christmas. That's why there's snow everywhere. Shit, this is awesome. I should take like a screenshot, I forgot. Gotta do like a... Gotta have like a nice thumbnail. Okay. This game is really beautiful.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
We're old as hell. Again, the house isn't even done being yet. Stuff I can look at. What happened to the eggs that I saw?
The babies were all gone.
Sucks. You can eat the eggshells. They have protein in them. Not even true. Keeps like saying that. I keep hearing that. But like they don't taste good to eat. So like why would you eat?
I jumped and I almost got her.
Good treehouse.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Bugs and stuff.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Thinks this is Elden Ring. Elden Ring reference. Thinks he's in the Erd tree. Actually, well, obviously it's not a fucking Elden. I think it's a fucking Norse myth reference. The World Tree. What's it called? Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil.
I gobbled her up, and suddenly I was an owl.
Oh, awesome.
All I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
That's pretty awesome. You hit that?
Rabbits.
Where? Come here.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Yum.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Bigger. Actually, I saw a rabbit when I was walking to work. And it was eating like some grass. It was the cutest thing ever. I don't know if I could. Well, I don't know if I know how to show it. I can like, I don't know. Can you show a video in OBS? Anyway, I guess you'll just have to take my word for it. I can like do it. How about right here? Fuck. Stop. Show me another.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Of course. Oh, I'm stuck. Let me out. Hello? Fuck this game. I think I actually got soft locked. Okay, no. This reminds me of, you know those like videos where like, I don't know if you guys know this, it's like Minecraft and it's like, oh, can Steve survive the fall? And then like they give him like different armors to see like if he survives the fall, and then he gets like hit on the cliff and stuff like that. And he like loses health. It's like brain rot stuff.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Bro thinks this is Hungry Shark. You guys know Hungry Shark? I was like playing it. I was playing it when I was little. Of course, just like everybody
I wanted
else.
fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Okay.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What am I? Am I a snake? I'm an octopus. This is awesome.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
It's like a little kid playing make-believe. I'm trying to like, you know, think of the...
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Come here. Oh!
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Make a little loop. Oh crap. I think I'm wrong. I think I went the wrong way. Very loud as well now.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Yeah, this is awesome. I already said that. I think I said like 5 times, but you know, understand. Oh, I think I went the opposite way. Did. Out of the skibbity toilet.
I got closer and closer.
Me? Going to eat myself. Not gonna eat myself. I am going to eat myself. Baby. Uh-oh.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Oh, hold on. Oh, so I gotta look through every one of these family members. Okay, this game was longer. I think this game's gonna be a lot longer than it to be. I thought this was gonna be like a one shot. Pretty been an hour.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Birds every dead.
Her room was like a museum.
Here's more of the fucking read books. Dreams in the Witch House. The Devil's Flame. The Odyssey. Oh, I wanted to read that one.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Johan Liebert. That thinks he's a monster. Monster reference.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Took the whole house with him. Jitter click, jitter click, jitter click.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Why do you even take the house with him? What do you think this is?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay. I just, yeah, I was thinking everyone's story was gonna be like that, but I guess they use a whole budget on Molly. Pretty awesome. Medicine. Built 1930 something. 7. Barbara concepts. Illusion of life. On memory, the Jungle Book.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Junior.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
A family day at Druid World. I thought druids were like D&D stuff.
Lewis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Pink bathroom. I had a family friend who had a basement that was
The only trace
like,
Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
so I had a family
It was a
friend.
pretty big
Oh my god.
trace.
Shut up. It's my turn to talk. Okay. Anyway, family friend. It was like all pink. It was like a girl's room.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard.
It isn't in that nook.
It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
They're all photos. Can go back. Okay, hold on. I want to do that. Couple turns landed to a native haven. Serve beers, I think.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
I thought your grandpa died.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Father's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Okay. Trying to stop it, but well, bye-bye.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
List. It's pretty sad, huh? 1961. So he was like, what, 11? Very depressing. Am I supposed to go now? Actually, I don't think I'm supposed to be. Went the wrong way again. Maybe. Open this door. No, you glued it shut. Okay, then why would they give you the option to go back if you're not supposed to go back? Remember, you can never go back. Even if you were to go into the past, there would be no one there to wait for you. Or there would be no one waiting for you there. You guys ever saw that thing before? pretty crazy. Look at this, they didn't fit shit. They fit a house.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Oh, this is like a Dark Souls shortcut. Unlock the gate. Bro got the key to the sewers.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
This is like you can go back. No, 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 no.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
10 cents.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I can already see what's gonna happen to her.
Scratch and imagine the worst.
Oh shit, my fucking controller. God damn. So this game is controller compatible. And why the hell? Okay. take that everything. Up, I win. Clear the table, clear all the balls off the pool table. Bro thinks this is Elden Ring. Sorry, I was having too much fun to talk.
Oh dear!
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you
Yeah.
now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Just leave the daughter to babysit the house and she just goes around destroying everything. Actually, you can't destroy anything. Actually, everything's super glued. Everything's super glued to the table.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And who he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Kill him.
The hook was.
In here, he's hiding in here. Okay.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Alright, it's not that funny. Damn.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was
It's
to
pretty
be
crazy.
remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Where's the music box? You take a bite? You took one bite out of that cake. What's wrong with you? Seattle Starlet. The delivery woman. And the rest. Stupid. Actually, these are different. Breaking TV, Refined Stage, You're a Star. Great Poems of the 1800s. I gotta go to the music box, right?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
On here.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Fitness. Paint. Durability. Shit. New game. How many more people are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Alvin cereal. It don't look good at all. I would not eat that. I would. That. Grape jelly. Jam. Butter. Rice. The black sun. Tasty beans. Crisps. Tasty.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
1976. This
Even
was
a
the
monster
same kid in the
on the
story.
other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just
2005.
stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
It was like 1970 something, 76. Waited here for 30 years. Because he was scared of the monster, I suppose. Killed his girl, sister. Became a hikikomori,
I know it's out there somewhere.
or a neat. Optimal life.
Whatever killed Barbara
Optimal lifestyle.
and Molly and
He-
Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left.
Train gonna hit him.
Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Goodbye.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
No, you probably spent all time reading these books, Homemade Weapon of the World. So it looks like, I guess like the theme is, I don't know. This feels like an English class book. This feels like a game you would play in English class. Because they all have like these stories, and the concept, or I guess the theme would be freedom and like the opposite of freedom. So freedom and like restraint. Because it's like they, all of these people want to be free or like live their lives as they want to. But like they can't for some reason. Like their dreams are all taken from them. So they experience the world through these books. Like all of the kids. That's like the underlying theme. Is like an escape from the world. So they all read these books and like hope for a better life, but they can never take their freedom for themselves. Like they're not stuck in the past. Only this girl's stuck in the past, I guess. Anyway, I think this is English class. I was never good at English. I wasn't good at like analyzing stuff.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Warding away spirits, the dark defense. Yeah, so he's like a schizo hickey. Welcome to the NHK reference.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
The shaking was the train.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
But the train, they put the fucking train here. That's disrespectful as hell.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Music is really good. Music and graphics, atmospheric. It almost reminds me of Yume Nikki. How they like go to different areas, like different like, you know,
To be
dream
honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
segments.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Really no run button.
When you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Can leave now.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Burpee, derpy, 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 burpy, lurpy. Boy, Coco Tuckers. And more. Unnamed.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Finch. 16. Walter Finch. 50. Edie Finch. 19. Sven. 11. "10 years old. You like fall off. She was a cat. Like, was she?"
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Damn. 20, 33. 1 years old? Jeez. Milton. Where's his death day? Does that mean he's still alive?
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Cool. Look at the moon in the sky.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Snap. Eric, about that. Someone's like real story that this happened to
I never met
fucking
Grandpa
author.
Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing wet like being outside. I'm
Thanks.
just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Hunting trips. My dad.
Last
Yeah.
time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
I'm
I bet if I
talking.
could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
My dad. A hunter. He
Let's see.
used to like take me fishing, but never took me hunting.
Maybe.
I guess it's because like I don't know. Guess he just thought that I wouldn't like it.
What was it?
Okay. Enough. Scene.
Could have been. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
What am I looking for?
Dad,
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I.
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
Wow.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Keep yourself squared up. Elbows down. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
Oh, Sigma.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Jesus. That's depressing.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Baby died too. Suit has been filed against you. No, no, I wanted to read that. "20 calendar days after the summons."
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Baby.
That time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. You reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw. It sure made him happy.
Isn't this song like I'm gonna get copyright strike? It's pretty fun. Up all the letters. Let's get killed now. Expect. Greg.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. I can't imagine what it was like for her to lose 2 sons after she'd already lost 2 brothers. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Mathematics. Anyways, teach critical thinking. I low-key need that book.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Looks like her mom was a teacher. Could have gone. Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Hit them.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Flying a kite. In my school, in middle school, I did a project where you had to like make a kite. You would like draw a design on the kite and then you would fly it, but mine never flew. Or it barely flew.
When the time for
Didn't
photos
work
came,
very
Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Yeah, take that, Dad.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Something gonna fall on me? That big tiki thing, right? Gonna fall down on me? That's why it was in pieces.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
But thinks
The
this
thunder
is
sounded much
tasty
too close
plant.
and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. until we found you.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet... She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
That's probably the worst. Bartholomew. Wandale Dingle. Okay, well, I mean, am I done here? Wandale Dingle. God damn it, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to. Let me out. Here. Just not go back.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Mint times. Maury reference.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Lewis rules.
But it didn't last.
The curse. Dungeon Master.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Get in there. It's still alive. Isn't this mustache? Isn't this like Markiplier? Doesn't Markiplier use like the mustache symbol? I think I watched him play this game.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
I
I
can
was
get
4 when Milton disappeared.
okay. In. This was the kid whose missing sign showed up. Guy in the house.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
To nowhere.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Closer look. Get all peepholes and telescopes. Okay, I got an achievement that just showed that I looked through all the peepholes.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
This is called a hookah. Pothead. Fire from his job.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
What is that?
wander.
Oh, this is me.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
No.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
This reminds me of Black Space and Omori. This is probably how Omori feels, or Sunny feels.
And
Felt.
things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
game evolved. It reminds me of that
I
game.
worried about him then.
There was a game in the App Store where
Daydreaming at
it's.
the cannery.
There's a game in the
I
App
spoke
Store.
with his boss.
Okay. You go ahead.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Hope. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
I built this place brick by brick. I built
Then
this.
he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Oh, hi, Mom. Hi, Mom, what's up? Bye, Mom. Living in delusion.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of
a handsome queen.
Handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
I don't want to go.
radiant rainbows.
I don't want to go to sinister serpents.
He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar, a guitar.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Man's gonna get chopped off, of course.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
This is like the desert town in near Replicant. Fuck, what's it called? I'm
For
trying to
someone
remember.
who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
I think it was called Rumor.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Video game transitions are so good. It's pretty awesome. Keep saying that, but damn.
He began to forget the world we know.
Got a fucking DS. Rowana. Ga.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
He's gonna pick him up and then he's gonna put him on the chopper, right?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Hey man, you're not even doing it. You're not even doing it right, man. That's not me. Sucks. But he,
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Wario reference.
The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Sanjay. Okay. Saw the Red King. King of all music. And he got the wasted. Oh. Alert. How normal people look at a keyboard. Oh yeah, it's just a normal keyboard. How gamers look at a keyboard. WA. Acid. Gamer controls.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Alert. Okay. Sometimes I do catch myself doing the same thing, like living in delusion. Or like tell people. Obviously, you're not supposed to fucking tell people the internet, so it doesn't. I be doing that all the time.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Living like in a fantasy world. It's reality fucking sucks.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Don. The kitchen. Tea.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Sure. Teach and learn.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
Just noticed that she's wearing the gloves that her grandma knit. I noticed that a while ago. Gotta mention it so people know that I noticed. Guys would be like, why didn't you fucking notice that? Why didn't the streamer notice this? Is he an idiot? I am. It's her. She's gonna write her story.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are
Edith,
very specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
A fun flashback.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Of course not.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
It has high honor. I already made that damn joke. It's stupid. So stupid. So stupid.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes and appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
Coming out the womb to the world.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Story, The Giant Sparrow. Wow, game's over. That was pretty crazy, I guess. So I guess she had like it's not called a miscarriage, right? But she just died giving birth. And she knew she was gonna die. That's like I don't really understand. The end of everything, finish all stories. Okay, well, I guess I have to review. So I'm gonna take this time to take a bathroom break. I'll be back in okay, the credits. Okay, came back. I guess I missed all the lore, but I guess all these stories are based off of real people. Something like that. I don't know. So I guess, I guess that sucks. But the game was pretty good. Very good, as a matter of fact. Artistically inclined. The gameplay was fun. The visuals were good. The music is good. It's very relaxed. You can just walk around. It's more of an art project than like a real video game. Still, I enjoy these artistic stuff. Well, maybe, I don't know if I enjoy it. Enjoy, thank you. But this was good. This particular game was very good. And I get the hype behind it. And I'm glad I got it for like $5. The end. The replay a story option is available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. So I can pick them now. I mean, that's it, right? Game's over. So I'm gonna have to end it. I guess that means the stream's over. I'm not sure that the game. Missing 6 achievements. Catch 2 rabbits with 2 swoops. Play Calvin's story again. Let the drunken sailor finish his song. So I guess I could do that stuff, but like... So now what I'm gonna do is... I'm gonna open up my review stream. I'm gonna open up like my media consumed panel and talk about stuff. So maybe. Caption. Play caption. So I'll just make it big. Careful. What remains Edith done yet? What would I rate it? 10. And what would I write about it? This game is a artistic experience rather than a game. Follows the story of Edith Finch, the memories of her family. I don't know. Should I really just, I don't know. Should I even talk about? I think the game was just good. It told all the stories, Barbara. It tells a story of like, you do stuff and you can't escape the past that haunts you. Which, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a relatable experience, but like, I feel like everyone has something that they regret in their life. And they wish that they did differently. But you can't spend your whole life reflecting on the past. The theme of the game is holding on to the past for freedom, restraint. The mother of Edith wants to escape her past because of all the memories that she holds. But her daughter returns to the house to see the stories that her mother tried to hide, which these stories included the deaths of all of her family members. The ironic part is that in hiding these stories, she caused her daughter to return to the house, thus sealing her fate as the curse came to take her as well. It seems that Edith understands. Okay, so it's like she comes back to the house knowing that like it's gonna kill her, but she comes and she like records all the stories of the past, and she accepts that she is going to die. And I think the whole point of the story is that she breaks the quote unquote curse because she takes all the stories and accepts them in herself instead of rejecting it like her mother does. And she gives them to her son. And she dies. But she dies like, happy, I guess, knowing that her son can now let go of the past and move on with his life. Seems like Edith understands this and still passes on the stories to her son so that all the family can be remembered, thus breaking the curse. Fuck, where did it go? No, I didn't want to write curse over there. 10. Quote unquote curse. I think that it is important to hold on to the memories of the people you love and honor them, even if it is sometimes difficult to accept these things, and it is easier to run away sometimes. So I guess another thing is that, the mother ran away. I guess like the closest thing I remember to this would be like Evangelion. Shinji Ikari runs away from most of his problems, and he can't like take it anymore, or he can't like handle it. So I think it's just good, it's good, sometimes it's hard, I think, but sometimes you have to accept the things that happened in your life instead of running away from them. And but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I do a lot of running away. Okay, anyway. The graphics and sound are well done, and this game is deservedly cemented is one of the best artistic games. Whatever, I don't know. Maybe it's not that. Similar to Omori, similar concepts to Omori, letting go of your past and accepting what you've done. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'll give it a 10. Why not? Why would I give something not a 10 if I didn't like it? But anyway, should I talk about all these stuff as well? I keep like going like, oh, I should fucking review stuff, but like reviewing stuff is fucking boring. And also it's like fucking annoying because I can't just write, well, I can write all this, but I don't want to do this like multiple times. I wanted to review Madoka. I wanted to review this movie 13 Lives. Like I just want to talk about random stuff. But like when I get to the end of the stream, I'm like, oh, the stream's over. I don't want to talk about this stuff anymore. Or it's like it's over. But let me see. Looks like I fucking forgot a bunch of stuff. Milk outside a bag of milk, Ganog. So I guess I don't have to talk about everything, but like I just recently finished Dungeon Meshi. So I don't know. It's like I want to review the thing, but I already fucking forgot like what it was about. So should I just do this on my own? I don't know. Like I stole this idea from another YouTuber, the Grapefruit, and he does like a whole other stream of just him like talking about stuff. If I don't start, then I'll never begin. If you don't start, you'll never begin. So I guess we gotta get started. So Suicide Girl. This was a manga that I just read recently. And it's about a girl who wants to kill herself. But like, so she does. But then it's like shown that she can't kill herself. Or she can't end her life. Not yet, right? Because she like, what is it? She's too happy, or she doesn't like really want to die. And in this world, it's like there are different like, you know, people kill themselves because of these like entities called phobia. Like, you know, like being scared of something. And they come and they like control the people to kill themselves. So then there are these like magical girls. This is like a magical girl manga where they like transform by killing themselves. So the girl, she like hangs herself, and it's like the hanging girl transformation. And then she goes and she saves people, because if you save them like 5 hours, it's 4 hours 44 minutes and 44 seconds after they die, you can save them, and then nothing happens. And I guess the whole idea is like overcoming death. So it's similar to Persona in that sense. And then in the end, they do all this fighting. The art is really good. Like I wanted to draw some panels and like do them for my daily drawings, but like it's been a while. So the whole point is like, number one, it's like love. You know, their love allows them to continue to fight because she's in love with this guy who killed himself because of one of like the phobia demons, right? So basically, in that way, it's basically like Madoka. And I did read Madoka as well, or I watched Madoka. So like those two magical girl animes are like the same or similar, which like makes them good. But Madoka is like talks about like the true extent of love, or what you would do for love. And Suicide Girl talks about like what you do to live for others. And like in the end, like the final panel is really good. It's like you know, they basically kill all the phobia demons, and then it's like they talk about there are these like magical words that you can say to save a person's life. And then the last panel, it says see you tomorrow, which is like really good, you know. I think it was a pretty good peak. And like this author, the author that wrote Suicide Girl also like wrote other stuff. And this one's like pretty good. The author's pretty good, so I hope they didn't fucking do anything bad, because I know the fucking author of Madoka Magica did some fucking like fucked up shit or something. And he also made like the fucking this other visual novel, The Song of Saya, which can I even say this? I also played it, right? And I think both of them are pretty good. Okay, anyway, there's too much stuff I can fucking talk about. But I think the video's over. Madoka Magica. When I guess spoilers for everything. Fucking obviously spoilers. Like what else am I gonna talk about? But like when Homura eats her soul gem, I like put this together a while ago. It's like she regains her soul or her will to live, and she like never does she actually become a witch? She doesn't become a witch because she never falls into despair, but she like accepts her love for Madoka. And you can take that how you will, but like I think that is such a fucking like awesome peak in media. How like Homura does all this for Madoka, and like for Madoka to make her like wish an equal amount, like to save people like that, an equal amount of despair has to be brought into the world. And it's like fucking Homura takes all the despair into herself because she can never meet Madoka, and she uses it to like become a devil or a god. So it's like that's how they balance out the powers, and I thought that was such a fucking like awesome, like such an awesome like duality. And like now I think about this pretty regularly too, because like fucking I don't know. I guess it's a stupid example, but like when I go to work, it's like some of my fucking coworkers don't help me, right? And they are the ones who like benefit from being lazy, and I have to do like extra work. So for them to benefit, for a good thing to happen to them, an equal amount of despair has to happen to me. Like that's how I fucking feel at work now. It's like god damn. Anyway, complaining about work. Enough fucking complaining about work. Well, like I thought all this shit was really good. So I don't know. I guess I won't write the essay, but Suicide Girl is like a 10 for sure. Madoka Magica is a 10 out of 10 for sure. And then I read these other shows. I don't know. I didn't watch Fully Cooley, but Magia Record I'm supposed to get to. Darker Than Black, that's another anime, but those are like, you know, lesser ones, and I didn't finish them anyway, so I don't get the right to talk about them. Fully Cooley, I think, you know, I didn't watch this. X-Men 97 is like this fucking X-Men show that my fucking coworker recommended. It's not even that good. I gave it an 8, but like, I don't know, maybe I should bring it down. It's like a fucking, it's X-Men. Okay, anyway, now that's it. Go here. So, video's over. Thanks for watching. I don't know if you're liking, subscribe. I guess I'm gonna do something else. I guess I'm gonna go eat lunch. I'm pretty hungry. Okay, take care, guys. Nobody's here. I'm talking to myself for hours. Everything is okay.